Shalom. All praises, honors, and glory to YAHAWASHI. Double honors to my elders, the apostles of Greatmillstone. Those are the men that taught me the truth of the Bible through the Holy Spirit. And Brakatham to the elect of Israel that scattered across the four corners of the globe. So today's date is January the 7th, 2019, the year of Charagma, as coined by Apostle YAHAWAH of the Greatmillstone. And Lord willing, this is going to be a heads up, somewhat of an update, as it were, pertaining to the prophecy of the mark of the beast, Revelation 13, verse 16. We all know that prophecy by now, all right? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that's the time that we're living in, where Esau, Edom, beginning with their wicked elite, names such as the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the central bankers, as it were, that are ruling this world in wickedness, as it pertains to the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, Malachi 1, verse 4, Isaiah 26, verse 10. They're slowly but surely trying to bring about their new world order, and at the helm of their new world order is going to be that implantable microchip, which is the physical mark of their beast system. Okay, when you go into that word mark in the book of Revelation 13 and 16, the word you're going to find is charagma, which is defined as an imprinted mark, which the word imprinted is synonymous with implant. And then if you want to go even deeper, the root word of charagma is charax, if I'm not mistaken, which translates as a palisade or a stake. Okay, so this is a physical mark that, you know, these banking elite want to enslave the masses of people with, and they're going to do that by way of their implantable microchip. Okay, the beast being their military and political economic structure, coming in form of NATO and the EU, which is this new revised Roman Empire. All right, and with news and articles like what we're about to read here from www.theverge.com, as you can see, it says Motiv's fitness ring is turning into a biometric security device. This is just one step closer to the fulfillment of that prophecy, all right, that the Apostle John on the Isle of Patmos saw 2,000 years ago, all right, concerning the mark of the beast, and he recorded it, and now we have it today in the book of Revelation, all right. So Lord willing, I'm just going to briefly cover this article, bring out, you know, a few points and close out from there. You know, it shouldn't be too long of a lesson. Again, this is going to be a heads up as to, you know, what's going on out here. So it says Motiv's fitness ring is turning into a biometric security device. Biometric security and payments are coming later this year. Hence why, you know, we believe here at Greatmillstone, the Holy Spirit, YAHAWASHI, is working with the top elders, the top apostles of Greatmillstone, beginning with Apostle YAHAWAH on down. Hence why Apostle YAHAWAH coined this year, right, 2019, as being the year of Charagma. Now, I'll say this, you know, this is not necessarily the mark of the beast. Okay, what we're reading about here is more so the technology that's leading up to, you know, the mark of the beast, right? That microchip, you know, the biometric system that Esau is about to put in place here in the world. And as you can see, it's dealing with payments. And that goes into, you know, the 17th verse of Revelation, the 13th chapter, where, roughly paraphrasing, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name or the number of the beast, right? So like I said, you know, this isn't necessarily, you know, an article covering the microchip itself, but it's more so covering the technology of the mark of the beast, right? Which deals with, you know, the biometric system and payment system. So it reads on to say, okay, and this is it here, all right? This is the ring. And this is what we call social conditioning. As a matter of fact, I've got a brief definition here from Wikipedia that goes into that. So let's read this real quick. It says social conditioning. Social conditioning is the sociological process of training individuals in a society to respond in a manner generally approved by the society in general and peer groups within society. The concept is stronger than that of socialization, which is the process of inheriting norms, customs, and ideologies. Manifestations of social conditioning are vast, but they are generally categorized as social patterns and social structures, including nationalism, education, employment, entertainment, popular culture, religion, spirituality, and family life. The social structure in which an individual finds him or herself influences and can determine their social actions and responses. So long story short, you know, in other words, We're living in a time right now where Esau Edom is socially conditioning the masses of people into getting used to biometric payments, okay, with small devices like what you're seeing here on the screen, which ultimately is going to lead to the masses of people, accepting the implantable microchip, which is the mark of the beast, okay? Again, Revelation 13 and 16. It's not no coincidence that Esau has got a dark-skinned man or woman promoting this biometric ring. Hey, as it says in the book of 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, okay? And then it says this in the book of Proverbs. Let's go there real quick. About how the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor. What's that? Proverbs 12. I believe the point is in verse 26. Let's check this out real quick. Yep, this is Proverbs chapter 12 verse 26. It says the righteous, which the righteous first and foremost is referring to the nation of Israel, are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, primarily the elect of our nation, beginning with the 144,000, the servants of YAHAWASHI, trickling down onto the remaining 1/3 of our nation, those of us that have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. It says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, and we are more excellent than our neighbors, okay? Now, our neighbors would be all these heathens, beginning with Esau, Edom, trickling down onto the other nations, okay? You can read the book of Deuteronomy 7 verse 6, to get more understanding on that, us being more excellent than our neighbors. But in this case, our neighbor would be Esau, Edom, right? The so-called white man. It says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked being Esau, Edom, you so-called white people, the Edomites, Job chapter 9 verse 24, Isaiah 26 verse 10, Malachi 1 verse 4, right? Esau, Edom is the wicked. Esau, Edom being you so-called white people, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Okay, so our neighbor Esau, Edom, they seduce our people. And that image that we saw in that article is a prime example of these Edomites seducing our people, which I believe when you go into that word seducive in the Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken, is thayar, if I'm not mistaken, which means to make someone wander astray, okay? But going back to this article, let's read on. It says, Motiv is adding heart rate sensing security features to its smart ring that will enable it to make payments later in the year, the company announced today at CES. The ring has always measured your heart rate for the purposes of tracking your exercise and activity, but now the company wants to measure the heart accurately enough to read it like a fingerprint and verify your identity, which is basically what the RFID chip can do, man, okay? Once your identity is verified, the ring can communicate with point-of-sale terminals to authorize payments. Like I said, this is nothing more than social conditioning, because ultimately, what we're reading about here, the RFID chip, or if you're out there in Europe, it's known as the NFC chip, right? This implantable microchip can do all these things, man. And basically right now, they just want to get the people used to, used to that system, used to that way of life, if you will. It says, Motiv intends to add the new functionality via a software update in the second half of 2019. And I'm pretty much gonna, stop the reading there. Lower, and I'll leave the link in the description box for you brothers to read this article for yourself if you want to get into it and do, a lesson of your own. But I want to close this lesson out by going to the book of Micah. Let's go to Micah chapter 2, and we'll end it with the first verse from Micah chapter 2. It says, Woe to them that devise iniquity. The word woe represents destruction and misery. And that's what's coming to you Edomites, all right? You so-called white people, especially over here in America. America being Babylon the Great, which is set for destruction, total annihilation during the time of World War III, where you're going to have various different countries such as Russia, North Korea, Iran, China, and various different countries within the EU. They're going to shoot and launch their missiles upon America, all right? Pursuant to the prophecies regarding World War III. You can go to the book of Revelation 11 verse 14, Revelation 9 verse 12, Malachi 4 verse 1, Isaiah 9 verse 5, Isaiah 13 verse 4, Joel the 3rd chapter, start from verse 1 on down, Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, okay, just to name a few. It says, Woe to them that devise iniquity, and the ones that are devising iniquity, which I believe when you go into that word devise, I believe it means to plan. And the ones that are planning iniquity are the bank and elite. Again, names such as the Rothschilds. So it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, which is a metaphor for these wicked elite, the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, meditating day in, day out on their wicked thoughts, on their wicked plans for, what they would call their so-called future, as it pertains to, what's that, Psalms 49 verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So right now we're living in a time where YAHAWASHI, pursuant to the book of Isaiah 26 verse 10, is showing favor unto you Edomites by giving you the rulership of this world. But we're coming to a time where the Lord is about to revoke your rulership by way of him sending his son YAHAWASHI with the holy angels, okay? The archangels that's going to come with YAHAWASHI, beginning with Michael. You can read about that in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter and the 1st verse. Isaiah 13 also speaks about the mighty ones, okay? So when YAHAWASHI does return with the holy angels in what you out there call UFOs, which we know to be the chariots of Israel, they're going to have their own form of fire, okay? And they're going to destroy your kingdom on a physical level alongside these missiles. And pretty much that's the time that we're living in right now, where the wicked elite of Esau, Edom are practicing their New World Order, right? Again, the New World Order that you read about on their US dollar bill, okay? Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is Latin for New World Order. And they're using companies such as Motiv to practice, their New World Order system, which again, at the helm of their New World Order is going to be this implantable microchip, okay? Which is the physical mark of their beast system. So with that, I'm going to close out by giving all praises, honors, and glory to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to my elders, the apostles of Greatmillstone, the men that taught me the truth of the Bible through the Holy Spirit. And YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash, Brakatham, to the elect of Israel. Shalom.